Hi guys, it's Tuesday again, and I have another video for you. This one I did a little sewing on and used the pink paisley, Paige Evans new collection, Take Me Away. I got a few pieces of this in my kit, and so I thought it was perfect to go with this picture of London. And I am using some old Maggie Holmes chipboard stickers and just kind of using that stitched area to look like a banner with those letters. And so I really like how this turned out. It just it took a little bit of time, but it was well worth it. I did a lot of stitching on this, and you'll see how that comes together. But I've been really enjoying doing this type of stitching on my layouts, and I've got several videos with this style, and it seems like my style is kind of evolving into doing stuff that's more stitch oriented. At least that's what I've been enjoying lately. So I still like my mixed media, and I still like my over embellishing, but lately it's just been kind of clean and a lot of stitching. So I hope you like it too. And you can leave me comments in the in the comment area below and let me know what you think. It's just kind of different for me, but I ended up filling in some of the stitching with some watercolors because it didn't stand out enough. And yeah, I think it's kind of cool. So if you'd like to see more, let me know. I just basically took some of my stash and used a variety of products. So this is just some scraps I had left over from some pretty little studio papers. And then that tag is from, well, did that tag make it? No, it didn't even make it. Never mind. That little piece of paper that's cut there that says remember does make it, but I don't know where it came from. Oh, I see. I cut the tag down. I'm looking right at the layout. You'd think I'd know this, but that tag came from the previous Paige Evans collection, Fancy Free. And then these wood chips, they are from an old Kiss Kiss crate paper wood veneer, and it just happens to be London being 14, and it was based around Valentine's, so there's lots of really cute hearts, and they're pink, and it has 14, and those flowers, it just seemed really fitting. The camera, everything just worked perfectly with this layout, so I got to use some of those which needed to be used. Oh, and here you see I took a lot of things off, and I added that stitching, and all I did for the stitching was I went on Word and I found a font I liked, and I blew it up to the size I wanted, and then I put it down on my paper with a little bit of washi and poked holes in it with a pokey tool, and went back with my embroidery floss and stitched in all of the words. So that is how I did that. And like I said, I've really been doing this on several layouts lately. I just am so behind with editing and bringing them to you that I haven't had a chance to show you yet, but this is very much what I've been doing lately, so this gives you an idea. I'm just adding a little bit of those cheapy Artist Loft watercolors. I really like how that turned out, and it looks very soft and muted. It doesn't take over, but it doesn't disappear into the page like it was when it was just the thread. So you'll see me add everything back here, and I'm trying to use glossy accents to make sure it sticks, but glossy accents is just so difficult to work with. It clogs every single bottle. I don't use it up fast enough to not clog the bottle, and then I can't get it out of the bottle, so it drives me nuts. I love it as an adhesive. I don't like it because it gets clogged. So I've, gotten desperate, and I've started using Q-tips. It's killed 2 fine line bottles, so I just don't think there's a solution out there. I think that stuff would hold up a man in midair like super glue. So I mean, it's great if you want something to never move again. Okay, so I am going to put this down with my trusty score tape that I love. I don't know why I'm not grabbing thicker score tape than this, but it's probably just because that's right next to me and the other is not, the wider. So that is where the picture lands, pretty much. Well, I do move it over. Yeah, there we go. True, because I've got to add, I'm going to move that flower too up a little bit. So you'll see that go more in the corner and you can see more of the pattern there. So I like that better. Going back to some of my pretty little studio, these are just some text labels, and they are from Valentine's Words and Cloud9 stickers and You and Me. I'll add those. Just around the layout, they say things like kissable, all of my heart, kisses, sweetheart, hugs and kisses, things like that. So I thought that was pretty fitting. Lots of kiss references and blowing kisses on this page. She always thinks she has these really super thin, fine lips, and if she puts on a little lipstick and outlines them, or she kind of defines them, I point out to her, you've got perfectly beautiful lips, so I don't know what the problem is, but, you know, everybody's their biggest critic, it seems, when they're a teenager, so I wanted to remind her of her youth and beauty. She's always so hard on herself. And I will do the journaling on the back. I think she gets that whole over criticizing herself from me. I'm so hard on myself, and unfortunately I think I've translated that problem over to my children, and I keep having to try and undo that damage. But I'm a perfectionist, and I was young enough when I had my kids to not realize the impact it was making on them, and they're both girls, so there you go. Lesson learned. And I tell them all the time they're perfect, or, you know, that nobody's perfect, but they're as close to perfect as they're perfectly being them. That's what I tell them, you know. You're great at being you. There's nobody like you, and nobody can do you like you, so you got to enjoy that. As long as you're progressing in life and doing no harm to yourself or others, then life is good. And this sticker set is also from Pretty Little Studio. And then you saw me use the Mambi chips that I got at Michael's. And then these are my favorite little K&Co. They're like epoxy hearts. And I wish I had a million of those because they go on everything. And I'm almost out. I did get a couple of Shimmer's products recently, and so that's the colorings in No Yoking, and it matched really, really well. And that is going to add a little bit of sprinkle around the page. In addition, I took some of the pink stiletto in colorings and added that too. Here I'll slow it down for you so you can get a close-up on that stitching and just the stickers and the labels and all of that. But I do have still pictures at the end, and I do appreciate you watching. If you like the video, please thumbs up. It drives people my direction, and I love to share my layouts with you, and I'm always wanting to learn new techniques, so I watch people, and I hope to share with others so that they can learn something too. And so I have a lot of videos coming your way, and I do have a Facebook page at the Pretty Paper page. I need to be more active on it, but I'm working on that. And I appreciate you all, and I hope you have a lovely weekend, and I will talk to you later. Ta-ta for now. Bye.